Whew. But here, 3 episode rule. You know what it is, Blur Cartel, Blurred Approved Entertainment, Blur.com. We here. New anime season, you know what it is. Last week we was talking through Solo Leveling. We gave our um, thoughts on that first 3 episodes. We gave it pretty good scores, even though it's a little slow. I heard Negroes complaining on the internet. Slow
Aren't they
down.
always?
They are. I
Ain't
mean,
nobody satisfied.
I actually saw a post talking about 3 episode rule.
Oh, word.
Oh, okay.
Think about that. But other than that, we hear Maybe Spider can't hear AKA. We hear the villain, the Shiesty sorcerer. I'm not the Shiesty sorcerer tonight because it's too fucking hot. It got a little warm today, and I put the heat on like 75. It should have been. But other than that, enough about my thermometer and all that other stuff. We got Watson _ the great Watson _ the healer is here. We got a whole week
on. Y'all can follow me at TikTok Watson _ the great doing anime. I just did a couple posts on the fall off of anime and it seemed to bring some attention to it. Pretty interesting. I got to do another one, but glad to be here. Looking forward to
fall off.
Yeah, I mean, we did do an episode yesterday of that's gonna give you. We did do an episode of anime that did fall off, or just saying when did the anime fall off. So that was yesterday a round table.
No, I mistook you. I thought you were saying the anime itself is falling off.
Like, what? That's doing this all day long.
Since it went out of order, we're gonna go to Lelouch V here. I'm gonna let him do his titles because he has too many.
Yeah, it's your boy Lelouch V. Check me out on blur.com. Of course, check me out on the In and Out podcast. Check me out here on 3 episode rule. If you are in the Buffalo area or looking for information on menstrual health equity, check me out on Confident Girl Mentoring Program, where I'm going to be posting a lot of content there too. All over the place. It's always something new. I don't know how it happens. It's not my fault.
It's not my fault.
Ebony Moonbeam is here.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Ebony Moonbeam. You can find me at Ebony _ Moonbeam on all social media platforms. I'm a TikTok. I keep trying to do that. I'm a cosplayer on TikTok, and I'm also 1/3 co-host of the Female Blur-led podcast, Waifu Views, that airs Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. We have a show this upcoming Sunday. If you want to check it out, we're closing out our detective series. So be sure to follow us on all social media platforms at Waifu Views. And I will be having more cosplays and more blurred content on my TikTok and all my other pages within the next month. So be sure to check me out.
Let's get it. Also, we did Roundtable. So watch that. Talk about animes that fell off, or certain parts of the anime that did fall off. The obvious, like Promised Neverland, things of that nature. But
Still Hero.
For you, where Naruto fell off, we also had the Sasuke Retrieval arc, stuff like that. Or some people said Boruto. It was wild. But go watch that episode. Go with Blur Cartel.
See, I didn't say Tokyo Ghoul this time.
Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Avenger Negroes. Don't forget about them. Also, if you got Tokyo in your name, yeah, fall off.
Dragon Ball too. I did a post on Dragon Ball and Naruto today.
Shout out to GT. BNT is in and out. He is in his car, so when BNT get back up here, we're gonna put him back up here. But today we're gonna talk about the first 3 episodes of The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. I was iffy going into this, but it surprised me. It was pretty solid. Not gonna lie. The first episode, pretty basic-ish Ikai. Negroes. We got Inukami and the classmate Kazuki. So pretty much the 2 most popular students in the school, class presidents, stuff like that. Walking through the halls and getting praised by other students, shit like that. And then we see the main character, Uzato. He is just, he says it himself. He's a basic run-of-the-mill high school student, but he would like something extraordinary to happen in his life. It starts raining, and he helps some birds get back in the nest because he's just a goody two shoes, just like that. He gets his umbrella. There's an extra umbrella in the bin, but he's too good to take the extra umbrella because it could be another student. And then the two popular kids that somehow know his name randomly. I don't know why, but they do. They know his name. They help him out, give him an extra umbrella, and they are walking home in the rain, talking about what they're going to do after high school. You know, the other two that are popular just pretty much somewhat have a plan, but still just as clueless as he is, and he's just surprised at that they're just regular, somewhat just like him. And that goes on for another 5 minutes, which is pretty annoying. But the two other people hear sort of like bells going off, but Ozatu doesn't hear the bells going off. But once you get a golden signal going around on the concrete, that originally entrapping them, but he somewhat gets into it himself, so he wasn't really chosen. But he gets sucked into the Isekai world. Oh no, another Isekai, guys! Yeah. So they go to a world of magic and demons and that nature. I know, run of the mill, right? But once they get told by the king, "Oh, you're here to defeat the demon lord. We need heroes." Yada yada. Typical stuff. I know I'm kind of breezing past it, but that was pretty much the episode. Just going along.
Be so mean. Just be so
and that's
mean.
I'm sorry. That's what happened. You get to recognize. You get to see that. They have like a cleric to see what your powers are. I believe the girl had lightning abilities, and the other person,
thunder, I believe it was.
Thunder, lightning. I know it's somewhat different, but it's somewhat the same. So Inukami had thunder abilities. Kazuki had light magic, which is we thought was the tits pretty much because light magic versus a demon army. Why not? But Ozatu had healing magic, probably the rarest magic in their realm, in their verse. And they're like, oh, we gotta hide him. Oh, let this one person know we got another healer in there. So they try to, but Rose comes in, and she is another healing magic user, and immediately whisks Ozatu off to her village or her training grounds to train him, and say, "I'm gonna whip you up into shape." So, yeah, I mean that was pretty much the first episode. Nothing crazy happened, but it was well animated. How'd y'all feel about
it? I really enjoyed it. It was pretty simple, but I thought that the main character was pretty relatable in his thought process. Because I think that's a lot of people that just kind of sit and wait and want something extraordinary to kind of fall into their lap. And I mean, from as soon as I read the title of the series, I kind of got an idea of like what to expect from this, and they executed it well, in my opinion. I mean, they didn't necessarily give us much action in that first episode, but they set up the the stigma of like, oh, he's a healing mage, like, and they made that stick to me pretty well. And I'm a big fan of the instructor for the healing thing. She's pretty cool.
Give me the S-Death vibes.
Yeah. She's pretty cool.
I don't know if you were done with Lush.
I'm good. I saw you.
I agree with what Lush was saying. I'm biased for I need to know what's going on. So I like how they laid it out. As far as, like you said, the basic isekai concept. I thought it was actually even better the fact that they made it so that we knew it was a mistake that he was put in to that portal as well. Wasn't much action. I like the fact that the redhead kid stepped up and was like, "Yo, this is some BS. Like, what's going on?" Because most of the time, the MCs or MC, they're scared and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what's going on here." Blah blah blah. I've seen like one or two characters that are like confident when they reach these worlds, but I as far as the first episode, I'd probably if we were grading it, I'd probably give it a solid B. just off of the general foundation of what we need to know about the show, what was going on.
For me, I really enjoyed episode 1. To be honest, I was kind of hooked right out the gate, which is rare for me because I always talk about how I dislike isekai, but this anime kind of reminded me and made me think about the fact that I don't like isekai, that I don't dislike isekai. There's just ones that I like better than others because isekai can be so repetitive. I was reading this story of how it was saying that isekai is all over the place, and it's because it's like the easiest to recreate and make and stuff. And so I liked the way that this went. I thought the animation was really good. I liked all 3 of the lead characters. Usato, which was just this average guy, and he made it very plain. Like, I liked his inner monologue and that he's kind of narrating his own story. I thought that he was, in his eyes, an average looking guy, but still really interesting and unique and all of these different things. And his 2 classmates, Inukami and Kazuki, the president and vice president, I thought were really interesting as well. And I think that they really kind of built up what we get when they're transported into a realm. Like, you realize, okay, these aren't all like your typical tropes. Like, yes, they're smart and they're vice president and president, but they know who he is. And, oh, he's popular because he's nice, not because, because like he's not a D-bag or anything like that. And so I like the dynamic. I like that they explain, you kind of see once they get to the portal kind of a little bit more of who they are personality wise. And I think they did a good buildup of setting that up where I think every character had something relatable that you could tap into. Usato being someone that is, he thinks that he's just an average, non-playable character in his life, you know what I mean, in other people's lives and stuff. And then you have the president, which is the girl. She sits there, and because she's so good at everything and she typically succeeds, she doesn't really know what to do next in her life. And so she's looking for a little adventure and something to kind of throw her off balance. And then, the guy that seems to kind of joke around with her and stuff, which is the vice president, that's not as serious. You get to see a different side of him when we get there, and you're like, yo, you just summoned us from our world. We got families, we got lives, we got responsibilities. Like, this is not okay. And I like that you got to see all those different things, because I think anybody can kind of sit there and be like, I probably would have acted like this. I probably would have acted like that. I probably would have acted like that. And then to get a character like Rose, which is a really dynamic character, I was instantly like, yep, she's instantly my favorite character. I specifically remember saying, I just unlocked a cosplayable character when she came on the scene. Like, that's the first thing I said. And the comedy is good. Like, it's just enough to where it doesn't feel like a straight comedy, but it's just, it reminds me a little bit of Slime. And I think that's one of the reasons why I like Slime, because it has a little bit of all these different pieces that I like about isekai without all the crap that I don't like.
Slime's got a lot of crap that I don't like, but we'll have that conversation another time. But no, I agree. Like,
so we don't rate the first episode.
First episode,
this is great. A, B, C, D.
It was like a solid 3.5.
I think we got a different grade.
Or B, yeah, B. Yeah.
It's like a 3.
B, 3 stars, 3. So we
to my brain, it was out of 5 stars. That's what we were doing. That's all. Yeah.
To be honest, I'm gonna give it an A. Like I said, I like the setup. I don't need all the action right off rip. But at the end of that episode, when we see Rose and we see how she responds, I already know instantly that we're going to get a lot more action. So that was just enough for me. I liked the way they played it, the storytelling. I loved the colors. I thought it was a beautiful anime. Off rip, the animation was cool. I enjoyed the characters. I want to say I watched the first episode actually in English and then watched the other 2 in sub, I think. So I liked the voice acting. So I didn't necessarily need anything else, so it's an A for me.
Shout out to the
Probably like a
Doug.
low A, but an A nonetheless.
Yeah, I would say I gave it a B, but I'd probably give it a low A. I like how basic it was coming in. And I was actually watching the sub part of this before we got on because I saw the dub version. But
All three are dubbed or no?
nah,
I think I
yeah,
only saw episode 1 in dub personally, but I watched this
I didn't
a
know
week
it was
ago.
okay.
all three are dubbed in Crunchyroll at least.
Shout out to the Crunchyroll
And
Negro.
Rose is
It
top
must have
five.
just caught up because it was originally
That's Death by Snoop.
because when I started watching it a week ago, I watched episode 1 in English, and then I watched the second one in sub, and then the new sub came out earlier in the week, and I watched it still in sub.
Yeah, we're on that. I think they're on episode 4 right now, but I didn't watch
Mhm.
it yet. But so episode 2, not really much to talk about. Episode 2, it was a whole training episode. So they Uzatu went to Rose's compound. You see like these kind of like prison Negroes there. I mean, they're not black, but use our language. You know, they're pretty much just ruffians at this point. They don't have any healing magic. They're just part of like Rose's army, pretty much.
That's how you get kicked out of TikTok.
Mhm.
Anyways, so
He
he's
said anyways.
he's running literally for like 21 days straight, running push-ups, just like doing everything, reading about healing magic, and he's figuring out how to use healing magic. So if you want to take a Naruto sense, when Sakura was training with Lady Tsunade, just reviving the fish and just stuff like that, it took a long while for her to learn the 100 healing, 1,000 healing, curse,
Mhm.
not curse, but little diamond thing she has on her forehead. So it took a long while to learn that, because she was training with Tsunade for 3 years before she even got to the point where she got to the work where she could use that ability. So I guess with the title, wrong way to use healing magic. Do you use a healing magic in an offensive sense, just like Uzatu learned to get back his stamina, or use his healing magic for his legs so he can keep running, or use his magic for his arms so he can keep doing push-ups. So just like Rose is telling him to use your healing magic more offensively so you can keep fighting or keep being in the battle, also while helping people to do that. But only Tsunade and Sakura are the only like healers or typical healers in Naruto, because each team has a healer, believe it or not. Also, believe it or not, Tenten was the healer of her team. Would have thought.
Who would have thought?
Her and Ino were the healers of the team, but they never did it because shout out to Kishimoto and didn't know how to write women. But other than that, it's more just using your healing magic on other people, but using it offensively to boost your stats, to give yourself no muscle fatigue, to keep running, be able to escape from battles, be able to just do whatever you can do. And that's pretty much what it was for the second episode. He's doing push-ups, running, stuff like that. Rose will keep throwing him, keep beating his ass, and just like, I'm gonna keep healing myself and get better than all the people that were in her compound. And by the end of the episode, this nigga was doing push-ups with a pillar on his back and her sitting on it, telling him just like, keep going. I'm gonna keep sitting on this pillar till you're done. And the other two did visit him, just to check up on them, see what they're doing. They were all doing separate training to fight a demon lord, and it was like, damn, you got rough over here. You're like, oh, man, not that bad. I mean, she is all like a strict instructor, but no, it's not that bad. They're just looking at him with the pillow on his back, just like struggling to do push-ups, and it's like, nah, this ain't it. It's just like, we need to go home. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much episode 2. And in the end of episode 2, Rose told him, "Oh, you gotta fight this sort of like a big grizzly bear for in your next test," and basically just like threw him across the forest.
That man,
and he uses healing magic to
survive.
Stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I think it was a solid, good training episode. This guy was running So his sneakers were split.
Destroyed.
Like he put him in
That
some
was funny.
to keep running in, but then he had weights on him and just like, and he was training out the way. So he's definitely doing the Rock Lee Zoro Kenichi training. But that was a whole episode of that. So yeah, he's pretty. But you see his resolve. You see his. He says one thing he does not like to do. He does not like losing. So that's his resolve right there. You see, take that with training or even balance somebody because they took his food out the kitchen, or not out the kitchen, but took his food out the refrigerator, something like that, or ate his
He
portions.
ate it.
Yeah, he ate his portions, and he was like, "All right, well, we just gonna knuckle. He ain't no bitch. I'll tell you that much." So, how y'all feel about the second episode? Is it more comedy, more training, more stuff, but it built who he was as a main character going forward into the show.
So honestly, and this is biased because you hit on one of my other favorite shows when in your rant there, Cam, but this felt like Kenichi. Like this felt like Kenichi getting drilled on by the masters of Ria Zanpaku, you know, to try to learn some type of crazy new technique or just build his body up. And I love a good training arc. You know, seeing stuff like that. You know, Genkai, Yusuke, you know, Asta. Like I'm a big fan of stuff like that. So seeing it well executed and giving me the right type of comedy, a little bit of raunchiness without it being like, you know, super too over the top with it. This was my favorite episode personally.
So solid A for me, pretty much.
Yeah, this is A for me.
A, 5 stars, 10.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Watson, what you think about the training episode?
I liked the training episode. It was fast. It seemed like it was fast paced on purpose to get to the good stuff. I like the fact that he ended up offing the snake and not the bear, and became friends with the bear.
You're at
And we're not there yet.
You're 3.
We're on episode 2.
That's 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, episode 2 ends where he's thrown into the
He
jungle.
get launched then, yeah.
The shot that Watson me the spoiler me, bro.
All right, Usher, you're cut off.
Tough.
So you spoil yourself on a.
Whoops.
Right.
We'll go ahead and give you a
Remember,
grade so I can give my.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give it an A because I like the training.
Okay.
I would say-
For me, I loved the training arc. I thought it was a classic training arc. I appreciated it. Just like Lelouch said, I really enjoyed the levels of comedy. The fact that he's given this journal that he has to write in so he can keep up with all the things that he's doing. And he's constantly telling you what he's going to write and how he like dislikes Rose so much and stuff, but was really funny. I appreciated the characters coming to visit him. I really feel like the 3 main characters are really likable characters, at least so far. And I like that as well. When it comes to the training arc, is like the training itself. I love it when you actually see someone put in the hard work and not just instantly get a power boost or be told like how this thing is going to work out for you. So she's telling him, you know, do you know why you're running constantly? And she says one of the things is so you can run away if you need to. So you can get away if you need to, but also so you can run towards saving lives. And you don't really hear that a lot. It's not just for the like saving of other people, but it's also to save yourself. And I like that she said that because I feel like it's setting up a bigger story, because there's clearly a reason why healing magic or healing mages in this anime are rare, which they speak on in the first episode. And I think she's doing this maybe because she's lost some healing mages before. I'm interested to see. There's clearly something deeper in why they feel like she's too strict, but why she's so serious. I liked the other people in the compound. It added a little extra depth to it, and just them being there. But watching him progress each day, and you know, at first it's just he's running, he's just doing push-ups, he's struggling, and this and that. And then at some point he sees his hands glow, and it's like, oh, is this what we're talking about? And like, oh, this doesn't feel as bad. and then it gets better and better and better. And then so when you get closer to the end of the episode, where they come to visit him, just like you said, he's doing push-ups with a pillar on himself, and he's doing all these things. And the other two main characters speak on how they think that he's found his kind of place. He's finding himself in this moment, and you're kind of watching it in real time, and it's not taking a whole long time. He doesn't have to battle a demon lord in order to get there, or see one of his friends die to get there. It's like you see him kind of finding his own way through the training arc and becoming someone that, in the future you feel like you could potentially depend on, and he's building up his own personal confidence as well. So I loved the training arc. Once again, for me, it was an A.
And then the third episode, he's launched into another training arc, but he had to kill a big grizzly bear in the forest. But you don't know, it has the tales of what the hell he was doing. So he got his training pack and all that stuff. But he sees a little black jackrabbit. His leg is injured, so he heals his leg and stuff like that. And he doesn't know really where he's going, but he can talk to the rabbit. The rabbit understands English and guiding him to like food and just like water and stuff like that. So he did drink dirty water, and he had to use all magic throughout the night to heal himself. So that was one way to put his healing magic to work. I figure it'd just be like, all right, yeah, my tummy ache is over, but he had to constantly use his healing magic to heal himself. So I guess that makes another kind of dimension of how his healing magic works, because it works well on muscles to just get him back in the game. But if he's poisoned or something like that, he only has to use his healing magic constantly. So the rabbit was showing him clean water. The rabbit was showing him just like food and stuff like that. So he decides to spend like a lot of time in that forest. He finds the bear and stuff like that. The bear does run him off a cliff, constantly him in the beginning of the episode, and he wanted no part. And the family was there too to ride for the bear. Just like, listen, you ain't killing him like that. So yeah, he's surviving in the forest pretty much by himself solo. Just going through the hardships and struggles, just using his rations and just like getting the lay of the land and stuff like that. And the rabbit's kind of helping him, and he's like stalking his family of bears. He's just like, well, they're not really that bad, but I'm gonna get my revenge on you. So he's planning out this thing. So he sees like a white snake that's like humongous. And
like anaconda, humongous.
Yeah, he shook at the killing intent alone of the snake. The rabbit shook alone too, with the killing intent of the snake. And when you see further on, the snake is one of the demon lords, just like scouts and stuff like that. But he got away and just started fucking up the forest, pretty much. So he makes a declaration just like, this day I'm gonna kill this grizzly bear. But the rabbit says, no, I think you should stay here. Well, the rabbit obviously can't talk, but it delays him from going out and going after the bear because it was raining, I think. So he's like convinced him to stay. He's like, you know what? I want the rain pass, and then I'm gonna go kill it out. Rain pass. He goes to the campsite with the bear, and the mama bear and the papa bear are slain, beaten to death by the damn snake, he's assuming. So he's like, well, I'm gonna get revenge for the cub that's still there. He's like, I'm gonna get revenge for you and take out the snake. So we do get an actual fight. He's fighting a giant snake, and he's using healing magic to kind of amp his body up to be able to avoid strikes and stuff like that. He does stab the snake in the eye, gets the initial win, kind of, sort of. The snake gets back up. The snake bites his arm. He's using his healing magic to keep his arm intact to be able to be useful, but the snake also is poisonous. So from the food poisoning he did have, kind of transferred that over to be able to stop the poison from going through his body from his healing magic. And yeah, with help from the cub bear, he beat the snake, allegedly. Because of course the snake is back up. And he's fatigued, he's done. He's like, I can't do no more. I guess I'm dead. Rose comes from the heavens, stomps the fuck out of that snake, kills his ass, and then just tells him, "Oh, this jackrabbit, that's my scout." So if something would happen to you, I'd be able to, jump in like I just did and save you. But you passed it. You beat the snake. I'm gonna give you your credit where credit is due. I think he kind of got insulted by that a little bit, low key. So Rose congratulates him by, carrying him and the cub back to the base. So that's his, I guess, new pet or new companion. But solid episode for his growth and his abilities go up a little bit more. You get some fighting there too, so why not? I think pretty good episode. This is my favorite episode so far of that. So, what y'all think about episode 3?
I like the third episode. I mean, it felt very, again, Kenichi Baki the Grappler-esque, where you get, the main character thrust into some random forest that they have no real knowledge of and having to do something difficult and running into an obstacle. I mean, this whole show feels very familiar to something I feel like is almost not forgotten, but not necessarily
Really good isekai.
No, not even isekai. They're hitting on the old martial arts anime tones of like the really hard work, gritty training. You don't really see that as much now. It's more, new character gets some new flashy big power up, and they got some new super attack that's gonna blast things away. Like, nah, this is gritty. Literally do 1,000 push-ups to get strong enough to punch something really hard. And I like kind of like grassroots tropes like this, especially incorporating the trope that I enjoy, like what Unohana does in Bleach. She picked up healing to be able to do exactly this, to fight forever, or to eventually got to healing others. But she was a savage like that, and this whole show really gets that feel to me. And then you give me Rose, who has that SDF energy, who has some depth to her character. You know what I'm saying? Like you see the emotion, from her, from certain things that she says, and she knows, how much she actually cares about what she's doing. And this is just a really well done show, well done episode. The dialogue that you see from Rose after she comes in and dynamic entries the snake, it's told a lot about the world, while also still kind of throwing backhanded shade to Usato. So bottom line, really good episode. Bias puts the other one above this one, but I still give this a A. This is a really good episode. I'm looking forward to watching more of this.
I'll probably give it an A myself. I did like the fact that you can take the training arc right into the next episode and use it to fight off the snake. The MC is not dumb, which I like, and I mean, he falls to some of the tropes, but also I like the fact that within 3 episodes he went from being very soft-spoken to very assertive and aggressive, due to Rose and the training. So I'll definitely give this an A, and I'm looking forward to the rest of this and hopefully another season of at least this kind of pace. I think the consistency and the pace is done well. It's something that, like, Rose is probably my favorite character too. I mean, of course, she gives the SDF vibes, but she's pushing him to be the best, and she approves of him because she says you actually have the wherewithal to be like a great healer. And she said the other ones I've trained aren't like that, which is also I'm curious about too, because I'm curious about those stories, and maybe they'll give some of her backstory because she is really tough on him, but he can deal with it. But I'm wondering why she is like that, and what's up with these other healers that she actually takes a favoring or a liking to him that she didn't with the other ones that she trained.
For me, well, before you said it, those aren't healers. The other guys that are there, they're not healers. They're
The
just
other,
like people that are there. The healers that came.
she
The
said there's
what?
like, I think she said there was like 2 other ones that are actually out on missions.
Right.
So,
Well, we don't necessarily know if she didn't treat them like that though.
okay.
But
Yeah.
I think it's rare that I think there is something there because there's only 2 others out there aside from her in like a full kingdom of mages. So I get what you're saying. But for me, I enjoyed episode 3. Um I liked watching him slowly grow, but also seeing his true essence. You know, he sees the family and he starts to watch them more and of bears. And he even has this moment where he's like, they're actually kind of cute. Like I don't know if I really want to do this per se, but then he says, but I can't go home. Rose won't let me come back if I don't. And
Right.
so then he decides, okay, well, I'm going to buckle down and do this. And then the damn snake shows up. And I like that moment because there was something about it that even though it was just a snake, they made it so menacing. And you could tell by the little rabbit and him that these things come across even more major than they may appear to others. Like I think that just us talking about a snake and stuff like that, people are watching this and like it's just a snake, but they do it so well where you can tell that this is no ordinary snake. This is a problem, and I liked watching him kind of decide, okay, well now I need to take out the snake first. I need to focus on the real threat and how he's going to go about doing that. I liked the small amounts of comedy and seeing his nurturing side while never losing sight of his goal. And same thing with Rose. We keep saying as death vibes, minus the genocide, obviously. And she clearly
It
appears
could be
that,
coming. It could be coming.
yeah, it could be coming, or it could be in her past, like, because the kingdom is scared of her for real. So, even the king. So, there's definitely more to her, but I like that she was willing to come in because she could have just been like, well, if he can't hack it, then he doesn't need to stay in the ranks or whatever. We'll get another healer. But she showed up, she defended him, she helped him out, and but you never lose, its core. You never lose the action. You never lose a little bit of comedy. You never lose. It's one of those easy watches for me. It doesn't feel like it takes much work. I could watch it in the middle of the day, or I could watch it while I'm winding down and still want to be like, okay, what day does this come on again? So I can be sure to catch the new episode. For me, I did personally, I'm not sure why, because we did get more action in this episode, but for some reason I still did like episode 1 and 2 more. I'm not 100% sure why. So for me, I think episode 3 would have to be like an A minus or maybe a high B. It wasn't that there wasn't things going on, but maybe because I was just enjoying the journey, I guess maybe in episode 1 and 2 that I appreciated it a little bit more. I don't know, but it's still up there, and I'm still gonna keep watching it. So
It's just BNT. You got any part considering we went through the whole episode.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I can do my report real quick. I would honestly give it out of 1 out of 4. I would honestly give it a 4 for real.
a 4?
Yeah, I mean, is that the highest we can rank it?
No, we're doing A B.
We got so many different game systems to do
Then I
to
would give it an A. Then I would give it an A. I'll have to give it an A for the realistic conversations that they had as teenagers. I would also say that they were very outspoken. The group from Yusita to the president and the vice president, they were very outspoken about how they are in school. So they covered that briefly in the beginning chapter. I mean, in the first one, in the first interval. So that was pretty good. They're very straightforward. When they told the king that that two of them heard the bells and the other one didn't, and they still allowed him to participate. So that was pretty interesting. But the way how the vice president told them, like, hey, we need to go back. That I've never heard of isekai where they just straight up say, "Nah, like we're not for this." Like it actually made a lot of sense in like a political aspect of this has nothing to do with us. So I can actually understand that. But I'm like, he makes a lot of sense. As far as it goes, I guess they have a rarity. Like their kingdom just sucks. Their kingdom just sucks when it comes to dealing with. No, I mean they're fighting. They're fighting the Lord, and pretty much they're not winning. So I guess they're the last stand. And he even told them like, hey, we're college kids. I mean, we're high school kids. So it doesn't even make sense that you would choose us. So that actually, I don't know why we've seen a lot of these isekais that they always get kids. Like that looks pretty stupid to me. But however, the third Rose, they fear her. They already fear her probably because of how straightforward she is in her methods. But she seems like she gets a lot of results. The training, they jump right into it. The other two, looking at their training, it looks like pretty leisurely. I'm not going to downplay it, but it looks pretty leisurely, like out of the three.
Yeah.
But definitely, he's writing down in his journal everything of his training, and you're seeing it all come out. In a quick note of that, Rose even says that, yo, you don't even know the basics. So he doesn't really know how to actually, everything he's doing is pretty much on instinct. It's not like he knows how to do it. He's doing it on instinct. So he didn't learn how to self-heal himself from poison. That was something that he learned how to do from drinking, the wrong water. So everything he's learning, it's off of instinct, not off of like real training. So and also the other healers, like Moonbeam said, there's two more of them. They're out in the field, and Rose is the only one. What we do know of Rose is she's missing an eye. Like if you were actually listening to her and the captain, she doesn't have an eye. So that tells you a lot about, a lot of stuff is going on out there. So I don't know. He has a soft side. I don't know how that's going to affect him later on down the way. But if he, that can easily be exploited. But, that's to be seen. But other than that, I'm really enjoying it. So, yeah.
Yeah. So go watch it. I believe people saying it's better than Solo Leveling, but,
It is.
Listen, people got different opinions. We respect everybody's opinion on this show at the very least. So, I mean, yeah, I recommend it. 3-episode rule. Give it 3 episodes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You might
Definitely.
I highly recommend it.
go watch something different. Don't stick
I would
to the
recommend it. I would recommend it also.
I would as well.
So,
Solo Leveling is tough. I mean,
I don't know.
I like
I'm
it.
not
I like
giving
it.
it better than Solo.
but
Leveling.
we're not here to compare. We're not here to compare.
Yeah,
You have a
I do enjoy both. Right now, they are the two anime that I'm really into this season because
I do have a
the
question.
lead is taking
I do have
some
a
build
question.
up. So
Do y'all want to do the Chain Soldier, the Beast, the Witch and the Beast, the Beast and the Witch? It's one of the two. And then what's the other one? My instant death ability is overpowered. So which one are we doing next?
let's try the Beast
I haven't tried
'Cause that was
yet.
the-
I'll be down.
because that was the one that had the really interesting looking cover photo that we talked about in the
No.
winter episode that all
My
of us were
question is, did y'all
interested in.
watch the Beast and the Witch? Yeah.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
I saw-
Oh,
I saw that first episode. It wasn't that good.
It's so slow.
I saw that first one. It's not that good.
Oh,
What was the other one?
the Chain Soldier is it's a mess, but
I need to catch that. What was the other one?
All right, so what we got so far lined up for this one: Chain Soldier, Beast and the Witch. My instant death ability is overpowered. Tales of Wedding Rings, that is underrated and really good.
I want to check that one out.
Tales of Wedding Rings is going to surprise you. After the second episode, be like, what the hell is this? And then the Unwanted Undead Adventurer is really good also.
That's good.
That's the one I want to check out too. That
And
one.
then, what's your
looks
BC?
good.
What's your joint? The Delicious Dungeon? That joint?
Oh, Delicious in Dungeon.
That's good too.
Is heat.
So what are we doing next? I'm caught up with all of them. So, well, not caught up, but I'm. I think only. Yeah, they only got 2 episodes so far. Delicious in Dungeon only went with 3 episodes so far. But once we get back to next week, I think should have 3 episodes.
Tales.
I'm down for Delicious in Dungeon. That's my jam.
So Delicious in Dungeon is on Netflix. Anybody can watch it. You know, episodes come out weekly.
Unwanted Undead.
Unwanted Undead. It's solid. I like it. Tales of Wedding Rings is crazy, but I'm ready for that 3rd episode. That's kind of the only one I'm most happy about.
Okay.
Whichever one, because all of these are on my list to watch, so it doesn't matter which one we
Not, as long as as long as it's not the strongest tank labyrinth, that shit is
That's not good.
Garbage.
Yeah.
It's just as bad as Shield Hero.
the first episode was good. The second episode was terrible. But
What about
it sure is good. It sure is a rant, but it's good. I think it's like a bunch of separate stories is going to lead up to an overall story. So it sure is. Yeah, it's something worth watching, I believe.
Has anyone checked out Metallic Rogue yet?
I have not watched that.
It's all right.
it was okay. I think you gotta watch at least 3 of them now.
All right, so how about Ebony? You got. Well, I know B&T's gonna pick Delicious and Dungeon for.
What's the play?
No, I know the next episode. I know you're gonna promote Delicious in the Dungeon. So.
Oh, you already know, bro. I'm all for that doggone
Yeah.
ass.
So we got 2 for that. Ebony did
Exactly, Otis. That show is gas.
That's fine with me. The only thing about that is because it has the whole season, because that's on Netflix, right? So the whole season's on there.
Yeah,
The whole
What is that on?
They have like they should be at episode 4.
Oh, okay, cool.
That episode
Oh,
4.
okay. Well, then yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
All right, so next episode we're gonna do Delicious in the Dungeon. But listen, go watch Chain Soldier. That shit is wild as fuck.
Also, I think just to be in like probably far left field, I thought it was good, even though like I said, I probably wouldn't watch it past 3. A Sign of Affection. I think that's a good.
That's also
role.
good.
Yeah, I've been
okay.
hearing great things about Signs
It's
of
pretty
I haven't
good.
watched it, but I'll pick it up.
Wait,
Also,
What is Chain Soldier? Is there another name for that?
no, it's called Chain Soldier.
Okay, I'm gonna go look at it.
On Crunchy?
It's only well, you know, I'm a Facebook Negro with my end.
That's why I'm gonna catch it on Facebook.
It's on there. It's on Facebook. I got to tell you that, but
It's on Facebook. I see it.
Well, it must not be on Crunchy.
it's called Chain Soldier. It's a rant. And guess what?
Nah, it's not
watching it.
Okay, so are we gonna do the 3 episodes of season 2 of MASH? Are we gonna season 2?
Nah, we in a new anime role. Like we did MASH first season.
No.
Okay.
MASH does have the best.
It's on High
opening,
Dive, which I
period.
have.
Like it's not even close. It's just MASH and everything else on the openings. Not yeah.
I'm enjoying MASH, but because this whole show is dedicated to like whether you would keep watching something or if you drop it within the first 3 episodes. Once you make it into season 2, like if you've made it through season 1, you've already made it past what we can give you. So giving a review is really something separate. So I don't really see the point.
So what's the next one? What's the next one that we're doing?
Delicious in Dungeon.
Delicious Dungeon.
And Chain is just a possible one.
recommendation.
It's just
for later on.
something you might want to watch in the meantime.
Unwanted Undead, we definitely should cover, and Tales.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
I love
probably
Tales
Powers
of the Wedding Rings.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for Tales and Red Rings too. So I've heard a lot of good things about that. And
Okay.
the Sound of Affection eventually, because I mean I know that's kind of different than what we usually review.
Yeah, but that's
no, I'm fine with it.
It was good.
I-
What's good is
I'll see
they're all only on like 3 at most 4 episodes. We can kill literally all of these
I'll check out
by
some
next week.
maybe. But yeah, the episode rule. You know, this was the wrong way to use healing magic. Episode 4 is out, so hey,
It's not.
if
At
you
least
like
not on Crunchy.
if you well, be a Facebook Negro.
Man, I gotta go on Facebook to watch anime now. God damn.
Hey, I've been doing this since forever.
No, I think episode 4 probably comes out tomorrow because I checked Crunchy tonight and it
I
wasn't
watch
there.
all-
But
listen,
if it's
I
on
watch-
Facebook,
I got
it'll
caught
be
up and watched
tomorrow.
all haiku on Facebook.
Also gas.
Somebody just had
That's
it,
great.
and I just ran through it. So I mean, hey, wrong way to use healing magic. We're gonna watch Delicious in Dungeon. This is on Netflix. I believe they're on episode 3.
4.
Oh no,
They're
episode
on 4.
4.
They're on 4 on Netflix. They're on 4.
What was the 4? What was the third episode? Third episode was that okay, gotcha. I'm caught up in the head now. So yeah, so we'll do Delicious in Dungeon next week. If you're a fan of JRPGs, you should be a fan of this. So everything makes sense. So
Big time.
and stuff like that. The party's funny. The characters are cool to watch. I don't necessarily have a favorite, but you know, I like them as a group.
We must be in an isekai phase because we're definitely
It's
like
so much isekai and fantasy
So much
content
isekai
out right
out
now. It's
Got
everywhere.
Negroes.
And it's been out there. It's been like that for the past like 2 seasons, at least. It
Even
probably
longer than that,
even the
honestly.
last year. At
I'm
least the
ready for a
last
romance.
year or so, we've
And I
gotten
do-
so much.
Hey,
It's
check
oversaturated.
out
I
the
do
Sound
have an idea of doing a retro 3-episode rule. Anybody want to do
Oh yeah,
Oh,
sign me
yes.
up. Sign me up.
Absolutely.
that? I volunteer. I think we should all put a anime in the little suggestion, and then roll the wheel, and then you know see what comes up, and watch 3 episodes of that.
Gotta throw Monster into that list.
we about to see some dark shit, but people.
I'm watching that right now.
I've
Good for
never seen Monster.
you.
I've never seen Monster.
I am too. I'm not.
No, I think to make it fair, we do by year. We put a year on the wheel, and then just like pick an
I'm with
anime for a year, and then do a retro 3-episode rule. Would you watch this back in 1998, 2002, 2005?
You can even do like a monthly thing, like just do a retro one like once a month. Throw people off and give the people something that they can't just like
A classic.
instantly like go through their Crunchyroll and come across. You know, they actually gotta search for it with intention because whatever we said made them want to go check it out.
Yeah, so retro 3-episode rule can be a thing.
Okay.
So I think I would like to revisit some old anime, depending on the year, of course, until we figure it out.
Would reboot count as an animation or no?
Not
What do you
really.
mean?
Like, I wouldn't want to watch Reboot Berserk. I'd just rather just watch Berserk.
Oh, you mean rebooting? Oh, just a,
No, reboot the show. It was the show where they were in the computer.
Oh,
Okay.
reboot the show in general?
That's why I was like,
you
what?
remember there was some of y'all in that
Yeah.
show.
I remember Reboot. I love that show.
Hey, that show was amazing. They had a lot of games.
I
I
don't
be talking
I
remember.
ain't no Reboot Negro, so
Don't do that, Cam.
Okay, I do not remember reboot.
Oh, y'all are the enigmas now.
Oh,
now Reboot.
Get
we're still not. We're still not.
All right, so
Not as long as we're
retro,
on this panel.
retro 3-episode rule coming. Also, gonna pick Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm not watching those 3 episodes.
Oh, that's no. We're gonna be bored the first 3 episodes.
You're not wrong, honestly. As much as I love you, you're not
Where
wrong.
find you at?
Exactly. We could skip the first.
Yeah, where you can find you at, Watson?
TikTok, Watson_the_great. IG, YouTube. Shouts out to Rose, the Broken Wrist Boys, Static Sosa, and shout out to my guy on the Classroom of the Elite, Keo.
Ayana Koji.
Ayana Koji, boy.
Oh,
That's
boy.
right
Who
there.
is this
The
nigga that keeps
goat.
being brought up, bro?
Keo.
He the goat.
It's another show they glaze him. So I mean,
Shout out
Not
Classroom of the
a
Elite.
They glazing him,
the
Cam?
only person that does not like Classroom of the Elite, and that's crazy to me.
Cam,
Hey,
they
look.
glazing him? Cam,
I
they just glazing him?
listen. This guy, I got surveillance cameras over here. The surveillance cameras over here. The cameras over here, and you guys are caught. I'm just like,
Cam just got to be the villain.
But you gotta watch it on how he did that. Those weren't his surveillance cameras that he put up. He manipulated into being able to have access to it. You gotta watch it, man.
I get.
Now I
the
gotta go
camera.
watch it. Now I gotta go watch it because Cam is saying it's
I'm
bad.
partially through the
I
first.
keep telling you it's not bad. It's worth the watch. There's a
It's
reason
not-
why they're on like season, whatever
Three.
season they are. Like
Season
they're
three.
on season
This
3.
season has
And when
been a
it
little bit
first
slow,
came
though.
out, people were talking about it nonstop. Classroom of the Elite was
Listen,
talked
it's-
about like crazy.
Classroom of gas.
It's not
Good
OMG
gas.
like mind blowing. I think it's just a solid anime. And the
So
characters
there's
solid.
parts of it that are like, whoa.
Yeah, there are some parts like, yeah, but like it's not like OMG like it's just a
No.
well written anime.
No, yes there
See?
are. Yes there are.
See, I enjoy stuff like
It's a whole, but not all. I don't mean. I'm saying consistently throughout it. It's not like OMG like.
is it like
parts,
is it
it's
like a category?
oh,
Is it
yeah,
like
I didn't know
category? Is it like category type of school where like everybody like is like smart or gambles or something like that? Like is it like that
That'd
type
be a
of school?
question for other people because I
In a
personally
sense,
still
yeah.
haven't seen
Because I've
Category.
seen it. I've seen some of that. It kind of is like that. It's to me. This is how I view it. It's basically lawyer school for high
Oh,
schoolers who are looking to try to.
Okay,
Lawyer
watch it.
school?
All right, I'm gonna go watch it.
That's
Watch it.
how I see it. That's how I see
You
it.
see it as lawyer school? No, I see it as like these
It's
people
pre-
could
it's
become
pre-law.
like the biggest. I see
These
it
are
as
world
like
leaders.
these people can become the biggest
Oh.
powers in Tokyo because they are that
If-
conscious and that
Influential?
intensive, and they are willing to break other people down in order to win. Like it's on a whole nother level of
Okay.
mind fuckery. Like
Okay.
if you like people that have to sometimes tear other people down, manipulate other people, because it's all about the best of the best. This whole show is about becoming the best of the best in multiple different ways.
I saw it as lawyers.
There's a
school.
lot of
so-
thought process
but
involved.
what's-
Like
All right, I'm
Classroom of the
down. I'm down
Elite
to watch it.
is not for the weak of mind, in my opinion. You have to be able to think on a completely different level.
So they would have taught me out of my lunch box. They would have talked me out of my lunch box.
They would have did a lot more than that. They would have
They're
did a
playing
lot more than that.
chess on
He's talking
steroids.
about out of his draws, but being team weak.
Mm,
They're playing chess on steroids in this.
So,
Yes.
It's really good.
Y'all can find me on TikTok, Blurred Media Television. You can also find me on YouTube. You can also find me doing collabs, of course, with the Blur Cartel or anything Blurred Central or Bay Central. I definitely love hanging with the fam and just going over stuff, and definitely over here doing 3-episode rule reviews. So just shout me out, follow me, subscribe to my channel, and all love.
LHV.
yes, sir. Again, get up on blurred.com. You know, got articles going there posted regularly. You'll see this video eventually up there too. Get into the Blurred Approved Entertainment Facebook group, which name is probably going to get changed soon, but we'll get there. And yeah, check me out on the Then and Now podcast. We got episodes going up for every Tuesday and Wednesday, so check us out.
And do we get Ebony Moonbeam? Where you can find you at?
You can find me at Ebony_Moonbeam on everything: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch. I am a cosplayer, like I said before. I will be dropping some cosplays and more Blurred content later this week, starting next week. And I am also 1/3 of a female Blurred-led podcast called Wifey Views, and that airs Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We are finishing up our detective series, so we are covering the anime, talk about throwback anime, ID Invaded, which was super underrated in my opinion. And Say that again.
It was trash.
And this is why Otis and me, like Lelouch, come on. Anyways, it is not trash, and you should check out our review of it. Well, maybe the ladies do feel that way, but I disagree. But we are also playing a game, and then we will get back to our regularly scheduled program. We'll be getting back to some of the newer anime and giving you some specialty cosplays. There's a lot of holidays coming up or whatever, so be sure to follow us at Wife Reviews on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, because we will be giving you more stuff, especially during the love season.
Yes, and you know, the episode rule, anybody can here. Follow Blerd Cartel on Facebook, IG, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, Twitch, all that stuff. And my suggestion for retro review would be Talentless Nana. If you remember that show.
Oh man,
I was supposed to be the My Hero variant, but you know, never got a season 2, but solid. First,
solid. It deserved the second season.
I'm here for it.
Made you think. Definitely just like My Hero with, I guess, Deku as the killer.
It's literally a fusion of My Hero and Classroom Elite. It's
There you
exact
go.
fusion of that.
But we're here, follow everybody on here on all their socials, and then we'll be back with Dungeon of Delicious. I'll be 3 episodes. That's gonna be on Netflix.
Dungeon of Delicious. That is not the name.
Dungeon of Delicious,
Deliciousness.
Dungeon. Where the fuck? Go watch the show.
Get this man right.
It's on Netflix. What are you
Hey,
doing?
get the sticks on them.
Get
Some of
this
y'all
thing.
can watch the shit on Facebook, so we already know y'all are.
I can. It's on. You know, I'm a Netflix Negro, but you know,
He was like, I can watch that.
yeah.
A $5
Right way.
$5 rating.
I can pay for that. Well, he probably don't pay. He probably got a Fire Stick. That's
What you
probably
mean?
how
It
he's
comes with my
watching
phone
Netflix.
plan, so fuck it.
Oh,
Damn.
They give it to
Oh,
me.
then get these guys right, man.
hey, he's still paying for it technically in his plan.
He's still paying. I need to get my
we out of
Disney Plus,
here.
bro.
Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your weekends.